I want to go through a very common scenario when it comes to quoting that a lot of people don't really understand, because they might be starting a cleaning business for the first time, or they might have never given a quote before and they're not sure how to actually quote. So all you really have to do, and I'll make this very, very simple, all you really have to do is estimate how much time it would take your cleaner, roughly. Give them a safe margin. Give them, if you think it will take 2 hours, give them maybe 2.5 hours, even 3 hours. Give them a little extra time, just for safety. And then what you do is you add your profits on top of that, because obviously you need to pay for expenses. You need to pay for tax, you need to pay for software, and you need to cover yourself as the owner, right? So what you do is you account for these expenses, then you add the profit on top of that. And so let's say you estimate a house will take roughly 3 hours to clean, and your cleaner, you're paying them $30 per hour. So 3 times 30 is 90, right? That's the cleaner's cost. Then you add the profit, but you also have to add the expenses, taxes, software, etc. So let's say that's 20, then you add an extra. So overall, let's say you just want to add $70. So you quote the client $160, 90 plus 70, 160. That's literally it. If the client agrees, that's fine. If they don't agree, then you can always reduce the prices, but I don't really recommend doing that too often, because it just becomes a price war. And this happens a lot. Other people just keep reducing prices until they're getting paid like like they're making like $10 per clean. Their profit, I mean, it's only like $10 per clean. So you don't want to get into a price war, but at the same time you want to be careful with how you're pricing it. So that's literally all it comes down to. So when you're giving quotes, you just calculate how long it takes to cleaner, how much your expenses will cost roughly, and then add your profit on top of that. Now, some people say that, and this is something that I thought about as well, and it's, if you were to give a fixed price for every house, not every house will be the same, right? Because some houses may be bigger, some houses may be in a worse condition. So how can you actually give a standardized price for every single house? Don't you have to customize your prices depending on the house? And there is some truth to that, but the thing is, you have to understand that if you were to customize every single house, this house has a bit more dust, so I'm going to increase the price by $10. This house has a bit more dirt on the bathroom, so I'm going to increase the price by 10%. If you were to do that, this will make quoting extremely, extremely complicated. So there's no point doing that. You want to keep things simple. What you do is you have a safe margin for the cleaners to complete the task in time, even if it's in a worse condition than you expect it to be. And then you just add your profit on top of that, and you can still do the job. Some jobs may take less time, some jobs may take longer, but if you give them that safe margin, they still have enough time to complete the job in time, and you can keep the same price. Okay. Now, obviously, if there's extra things like let's say they need their windows cleaned, or they need their ovens cleaned, or they need extra things cleaned, extra rooms, for example, then that's when you increase the price. So you should have a set price for these extra things. For example, if it's an oven, you can say this oven will cost an extra $50, or this window would, this set of windows would cost an extra $40, right? That's how you would price it if it's a fixed rate. Okay, so that's what pricing is all about. It's just about making it simple, but at the same time, you want to account for things like extra items and things that you think will take extra time, because that will be you have to pay the cleaners for that extra time. Okay, if you have any questions, leave me a comment, send me a DM, and follow me on this page.